Hey guys, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from Aristocob.com here as well.
And together, the three of us, we are Aristocob.com and Mark Woodman's Breakfast Club. Thanks for joining us again today. Good morning, boy.
Good morning.
Thank you for remembering to wear that shirt.
You're welcome. Yeah, I set it aside for 2 weeks.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, today we're going to be smoking, instead of the many faces of 1Q, we're going to be smoking a tobacco from Sutliff called Moulin Rouge. And according to the label, it says it's a complex, aromatic, and sweet blend of Virginia and Black Cavendish.
And Rouge.
And
just a hint of Rouge.
yeah. Believe it or not, we're still smoking our way through samples that were provided to us by Sutliff. And I think we're just about to the end of that, but we've really enjoyed that. And thank you again, Sutliff, for hooking us up. And today I'm going to smoke in my Wizard. I can finally kind of sort of promote this again because we finally have them back in stock. Missouri Meerschaum had, I guess they overwhelmed the company in Italy that makes the vulcanized rubber stems, and they've been on back order from them and us for quite a while now. So we have them, at least as of this recording, we have them back in stock. Kind of sweet.
It smells very, very fruity.
All right, see how this goes. All right, so I have a funny story for you. My oldest grandson, who is 6 years old, is currently being homeschooled. And my wife is really good at, because she homeschooled our daughter all the way through from 4th grade through graduation. She's really good at doing science and math and anything that needs some entertaining explanations. And so she's been buying up as she goes along, buying up online and whenever she goes to stores, things that she thinks would help her to explain certain concepts to my grandson. And this week they were talking about hygiene and sanitation. And so without telling him what she was doing, she put some powder in his hands. And she had him rub the powder on his hands, okay? Just get it on. And then she went on to explain and talk about hygiene and the importance of it. And then after a few minutes, she said, Smuckers, why don't you go on and use the restroom? And I guess he was squirming around anyway. So he goes in, uses the bathroom, and of course she has to yell, and flush the toilet. So he does. And then she has to yell, and wash your hands. So he goes back and washes his hands. And then she produces the black light. Well, the powder that she gave him is a ultra-luminescent powder and glow-in-the-dark kind of stuff. And when you hit it with a black light, that really sets it off. So she goes into the bathroom with him, turns out the lights, and hits it with the black light. There is stuff everywhere. Apparently at one point he rested his hand on the wall.
As you do.
That's right. It was, of course, all over the toilet seat, all over the lever, and in the sink it looked like something exploded. Because when the water hit it, it went everywhere and splashed everywhere. But then it's on the doorknob, so he didn't do a great job washing his hands. And I'm sure if we went through the house...
Or it was on the doorknob when he closed the door.
That's true. Yeah. Really, really cool. So I need to find out from her if that's something she bought on Amazon or where she got it, because it was a very powerful lesson for him. Now, our second oldest grandson, BG, who's 4, when he saw how cool it was, he wanted to try it too. So she puts a little bit of the powder in his hand and she goes, "Now be careful with that. Don't get that on your face or anything." Now what does BG do? He goes like this.
Like this.
Fortunately, it's non-toxic, but I'm hoping that somebody has the wherewithal to remember when he uses the restroom today to take the black light into the bathroom before he flushes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's disgusting, actually. But what a neat idea. What a great way of teaching that concept that, when your hands are dirty, when you have contaminants on your hand, when you're cleaning or cooking, raw things like fish, like chicken, that you should definitely be washing your hands and doing a thorough job of it. And even then, he contaminated the faucet and the sink and the door.
Well, that was always one of the big things when I was working at summer camp. It's anytime we would have a kid with peanut allergies in the cabin, we would have to pretty much eliminate peanut butter from the entire village, the entire area, because it can spread so quickly and easily.
It's sure peanut oil, right?
It's the oil, yeah. And so you can wash your hands and still have it on. And there were certain foods that we had to eliminate that you would never think, like Skittles. Skittles they're made in the same factory as M&Ms, and so there can be residual peanut oil on the machines. So these, we couldn't let the kids have Skittles because they get the peanut oil in their hands. They touch the doorknob, and then the next kid comes behind and he's using his EpiPen because he's dying. It's scary how we had to helivac a counselor out because her co-counselor used a knife to cut carrots, which her co-counselor was deathly allergic to, and then used it later, rubbed it off and used it to cut her potatoes. And just the residual carrot on the potatoes was enough.
No way.
She swelled up. They had to use 2 EpiPens on her helivac.
Had to be the cutting board.
It was in,
I mean,
it was in the wilderness.
Let's face it, that's just
it was in the
crazy.
wilderness. I mean, yeah, it was that little bit.
So why are we so prone to these allergies now? Are we coddling kids too much and not exposing them to things early enough, or are we exposing them to them too much? Like little girls who are developing sooner than ever because of all the hormones in the chicken nuggets. I don't know. Are they allergic to That's something that doctors should be asking, not how many packs of pipes I smoke a day.
Are they allergic to the peanut oil and the carrots in the chicken nuggets? One may never know.
Remember, though, that's survey of every people that lived in that one town in New England in like 1872.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them that ate carrots is dead now.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, there's some empirical evidence
Truth.
for you.
Yeah. So I got 2 things I want to talk about real quick.
Let's do it.
A couple weeks ago, I talked about burner phones. And
you
Scam
did not
School.
get a burner phone, did you?
No, but I think I talked at the time about the app that I had. Actually, it's topical because the U.S. government is now talking about banning burner phones and making it's in talks right now to make the purchase of any disposable phone require identification.
Oh wow!
Not be a cash only thing. In part because the attacks in
San Bernardino,
in Brussels.
Oh, do they use
Brussels, they use burner phones. No, to communicate.
Okay.
And 9/11. There's all this talk right now about encryption and with the Apple phone and everything, which the FBI has now been able to successfully crack. But 9/11, they didn't use encryption; they used burner phones. So they're wanting to crack down on that. But I did get the opportunity last week to use my burner phone app. I was hanging out with some friends, and somebody started texting my buddy randomly, and they were like, "Hey, what you doing tonight? Want to hang out? We're gonna do this and that, and it could be a real good time." And so I said, "Hey, let's mess with this.
What's their number?
Let's mess with this guy. Yeah, what's their number? Put it in my burner phone app, and we called them on my phone." And as soon as we picked up, I gave my phone to my other friend. As soon as we picked up, he picked up. My friend Jason said, "Hey Roy, what's up, man?" He said, "What?" Said, "Yeah, hey, what you doing tonight?" "Oh, just chilling." Who is this?" "Oh yeah, we're just over here. We're getting ready to watch some Ghostbusters, and we're just hanging out. You want to come join us?" He's like, "What? Who is this?" "Oh yeah, I got your number. You've been texting me." "What? I'm sorry. I must have the wrong number. I must have the wrong number." Said, "You sure? We're watching Ghostbusters. It's gonna be great." And he said, no, I'm good.
Some 13-year-old kid? Or an adult?
No, it was definitely an adult. It was definitely an adult. But I was shocked. I was shocked at how quickly the burner phone app came in handy. I thought, and because you only get a 1-week trial on it.
So you've been calling everybody now.
No, but it was funny, and of course all my friends at the table, when I said, "Oh, I have a burner phone app," they said, "Why? Why? It's a thing. Watch Mark Woodman's Breakfast Club. You'll understand."
Speaking of that, I've been posting some daily videos on the Aristocob channel, and I recorded just really quick 2-minute long shorts. I'm calling them shop shorts. And I recorded 10 of them the day after I cut my finger while we were filming Mark Woodman's Breakfast Club. So those 10 have me with a Band-Aid on my finger. I'm getting more comments about my finger.
Hey, is your finger healed up?
Yeah, it looks like, that thing's never going to heal.
Yeah. The magic of YouTube. Yeah. So, the other thing, a little bit random. Have you ever heard of the website Fiverr?
Yes, I have heard of Fiverr.
FIVRR, I think.
No, FIVR.
.com.
Yes.
So, have you ever used Fiverr?
I've been this close. In fact, remember I suggested to you when we were having problems with the audio on our videos, we should send these to Fiverr, to somebody on Fiverr to see if they can straighten it out. So tell them about Fiverr. It's a neat website.
So, Fiverr is a website where, and to speak absolutely candidly about it, it's a great place where if you want to outsource parts of your life to India, you can do it on the cheap. And I say that because that seems to be the majority of the users. So Fiverr's a website where you can, if you wanted to, offer some sort of random service for $5 or more. You can do that. So maybe
you have to offer something for $5,
right?
And then you can have add-ons,
right? So maybe you offer anybody in your city. I'll go and pick up your food, pick up dinner, and do a delivery service. Costs $5 for the first 10 miles, and then an extra $2 after that.
I will edit your term paper,
right? Or I will draw you a picture of a cat eating a hot dog for $5.
Professor Von Puppet.
There you
go. Does videos of him speaking. He will speak your script for $5.
There's a lot of that. There are a lot of
voice
actors
talent,
and a couple of people that say that they'll do a
Mark Woodman's Breakfast Club needs a Professor Von Puppet intro.
Yeah. They'll do like a 2-minute long product intro where, like I saw one woman will stand in her kitchen and talk about your product, kind of like what you would see on a medical commercial. And, that one's more than $5.
I love this product, but it does cause anal leakage.
Right.
That kind of medical commercial?
So, a lot of them have add-ons or they'll have a more expensive tier. So a lot of the things will offer tiered. So for $5 you get 2 minutes, and then for $50 you get more.
I will smile when I read your script.
Yeah. So the one that we found was someone would synchronize the audio and our video for, it was something like $20 for the first half hour of video. And for us, that sounded great, except that it was during tobacco advent where everything went crazy. We had a quick turnaround, and we were looking at several hours worth of video, and it was going to add up real quick. So, I just didn't charge myself for that time. So I used Fiverr for the first time yesterday. I don't have results yet. This weekend, I am going to a women's organization. There's a Christian women's organization in North Carolina. It's countrywide, but the North Carolina version holds a yearly conference, and I've been invited with my wife to go and speak about churches and how churches can use their websites and can use social media as a means of reaching people, as a way of communicating and connecting with people. And so I thought it would be interesting to make essentially as idiot proof of a website as I could manage, because a lot of these people will be coming in with very little to no website experience or knowledge. Their websites are static top cities, GeoCities landing pages that have been there since late 1980s, and they don't know how to change it. They don't have any webmaster. Their church, that it's a church of 50 people, and so I've been thinking about what tools can I give to them that would make it simple, streamlined, and effective in a way that they could do it pretty easily. And so one of my ideas I'm going to use Squarespace and create a Squarespace website, which you can do for $8 a month. $8 a month, buy a URL, $8 a month, you can make a really nice website. And so that's one of the things I'm going to do. My other thought was, why not go on a Fiverr and pay somebody to create a logo for this fictitious church website that I'm creating. And so that's what I've done. I've set it up. You have to give them various criteria. They're going to send me the vector file, so I'll be able to change the size and tweak it. Cost me $11 total. I've just submitted all the information for what I want, and so when I get it back, I'll share it with you guys. Share what that experience is.
Is the name of the church Markwood Men's Breakfast Club?
No.
You weren't thinking this through, boy.
No, clearly not. But what I was saying earlier is true. There are a lot of people from other countries that have found this can be a way to make some money.
Well, you think if you're in a third world country, $5 or $10 or $15 could be a huge amount of money, and you got the skills and you got the equipment and the time.
Right.
I mean, it's a neat idea to connect with folks that have talents that you don't have.
Yeah, you can rate people on there, so everyone has a rating, so you can go and see what their standing is in the community. And
Professor Von Puppet is one of the top rated puppets.
Yeah,
he will not do puppet humor though.
No.
He's a fabricated American.
Puppetry should not be taken lightly.
No.
There's another website called 99 Design, which does similar things for logos, except it's more of a freelancing site where you say, hey, I'm going to pay $100 for someone to design a design, and a whole bunch of people will throw in their designs for the logo that they think is going to meet your criteria. And then you pick one, and then you basically then are now working with that freelancer to kind of perfect what you're looking for.
We have a friend that did that and came up with a great logo. His last name is Brewer, and he does all kinds of multimedia. And so the name of his company is what is it called? I just went blank. Brew something. Anyway, Media Brew. And he did that using 99 Designs. And one part about it that was really cool and one part about it was really frustrating. The frustrating part is a lot of people that are doing this will just go out on Google Images. They'll steal someone's image and submit it as their own, or make a very slight change to it.
Yeah.
If you go in and you incorporate that into your website or into a product, only to find out that it's somebody's trademark design, you can be in trouble.
Yeah. There's a lot of stock stock images.
Which, like Microsoft, there's lots of stock images that you'll find in Microsoft Word and Publisher that they clearly say these are not for commercial use. Yeah. But on the other side, what was cool about it is once he narrowed it down to like 10 designs that he liked, he was then kind of able to open it up for voting among his friends, and he could share links to a page where he had his final 10 designs, and they clicked on it and chose which ones they liked. And that helped him decide what design he was going to go with, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Media Brewer. The dude makes amazing videos for weddings and special events. Kind of videos that you put it on Facebook, and all your friends are jealous for a year.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought it would be a fun experiment. I spent $11 on worse, and it uses PayPal, so I feel pretty secure about not being totally ripped off in that sense. And so check it out. If you've got anything weird that if you don't like to do something in your life that could be done by somebody else, check out Fiverr and see if there's someone willing to do it for a few bucks.
Or if you have a talent that's worth a few bucks. A few
sell.
bucks times 10 or times 100 could actually add up to some scratch. And, maybe that's something to check out.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of you guys I know are wood turners and, doing things with crafts. Maybe there's an opportunity to connect you with people who actually value your crafts.
There you go.
So, cool. We should find a way to use that for Marco Men's Breakfast Club. I'm serious about that. That would be a great idea.
Great.
All right, let's wrap it up. What do you think of the tobacco? I agree. Too fruity. We need to leave the lid off of it for a day and let it kind of mellow out a bit. The casings on it are pretty strong.
Yeah.
For something that is labeled a Cavendish, it just has a lot of fruit overtones.
Yeah.
Not my thing, at least not today. It's funny because there are some flavors that we've liked that were fruity, and that's just too much for today. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Talk to you again next week. Make it a great week.
Thanks, guys.